Alright, so right up there on trail, some pretty big buck mule deer. Hopefully I can get kind of close to see just kind of how, well, he's not crazy big, but biggest one I've seen on trail so far. But yeah, oh, there he is. Oh, he's a good, oh, that is a good deer. Actually a really good deer. Alright, so there's actually two bucks right there together. Yeah, both those deer right there are buck mule deer. Yeah, you can see it pretty good right there. That's pretty sweet. Alright, good morning and welcome to another day of Ralston's Big Adventure. Alright, so that's pretty sweet. Just saw those two buck mule deers. Those are some of the biggest ones I've seen on trail so far. I saw a really big whitetail in Oregon, but as far as mule deer, those are the biggest two I've seen. I've seen some spikes, but that's pretty sweet seeing two of them right there together. Anyway, me, Sophie, and Dee Dee just left Crabtree Meadows Camp this morning after summiting Whitney yesterday. I don't think I did any videos after my nap yesterday, but we decided to stay put because we were exhausted after getting up at 1 a.m. to go hike Whitney. So we just got back, napped, laid around, and then we're like, let's just stay here. We'll just do a big day tomorrow. So today we're planning on doing a 25-mile day, but we're coming out of the Sierra now, so there's no more big passes. There's no more crazy elevation gain and loss. It's really just kind of a roller coaster, kind of a smaller roller coaster down into Kennedy Meadows South, which marks the official end of the Sierra Nevada, which is really, really sad to me personally, because I just had such a good time in this section, and that also just means that everybody's splitting up. So I'm gonna have to hike out of Kennedy Meadows South by myself for a week, until I get to Hatchby. So yeah, it's just like I know what's coming soon, and I don't know, I've been thinking about it over the last few days, and it's just, I don't know, it just kind of gets me down sometimes, but it has been an amazing ride through the Sierra. So I mean, it's very bittersweet, like I've been saying. Like, there's so much to be thankful for and so much to be grateful for, but also just kind of a lot to be a little sad about. But anyway, today should be cruisy, so that's going to be nice. That's really the only good thing, I think, is like finally getting back into cruisy miles where you can just kind of let your feet just go, and no crazy like slow down points or anything like that. So anyway, but I'm gonna get to hiking, and I'll update you throughout the day. Alright, so this may be the last view of Mount Whitney, but that's it right there. Like right there. Alright, so I just made it to the Inyo National Forest, which means I'm at the end of Sequoia National Park, which is the last national park that I've gone through on the PCT, which is really sad because this is kind of the official end. I mean, I know Kennedy Meadows South is, but you know, after I cross over, you know, I guess this imaginary line here, there's no more high mountain passes, no more, you know, 13, 14,000 foot mountains, no more just like stunning beauty of the Sierra. It's over, and the desert awaits. And I'll kind of show you this with this next shot. So that is the way south. And as you can see, the mountains get green again. No crazy cool granite, just towers that make the most beautiful scenery. That is all. Let's see if I can get it behind me. Oh, you can't really see it. Oh. but it's all back that way. And that's the direction I'm headed toward the desert. Here's a much better shot of what I just left behind. Oh dang, I'm gonna miss it. All right, so there's nothing really super crazy to report today. Caught up with Dee Dee and Sophie a few minutes ago at a lake outlet. Filtered some water, ate a snack, and Dee Dee told me that he saw a wolf, and which is super rare to see out here. So that was cool. Apparently there's like a pack that lives in the valley just as we exited Sequoia National Park. There's like a valley down off to the, I guess my right, or to the west. And apparently there's like a pack of wolves that lives in there. So yeah, he saw one of them, which is really cool. But yeah, I mean, other than those deer I saw this morning, nothing crazy to see. But it has been nice, I will say, to have kind of be back into cruisier miles again. And by cruisier miles, I mean like where I can do about 3 miles an hour because my path is unobstructed and there's not as much elevation gain and loss. So that's been nice, but yeah, that's been pretty much it. Still very sad to be out of the Sierra because I just had such a good time, but oh well, such is life. But anyway, I'm gonna get down to camp. I've got about 9 miles left, and I would like to get there before dark. All right, so I did get one more view of Whitney right there. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Here's a much better view of Whitney. Gosh, that was a beautiful, fun mountain to climb. All right, good morning and welcome to another day of Ralston's big adventure. All right, so we camped here last night. My sleeping bag got a little damp, I think, because my water filter, I sleep with my water filter at night so it doesn't freeze. Because when your water filter freezes, it stops working. So then you can get parasites and bacteria and stuff. So I slept with my water filter, but it still has water in it, so it leaked a little bit in the night. So I think it got some part of my sleeping bag and my sleeping pad wet. Already dried out my sleeping pad, so I'm drying my sleeping bag out now. Anyway, that's a side note. Sophie and Dee Dee already left, and so I'm going to try to catch up to them. But we're going to go another 25 miles today, which will put us 15 miles from Kennedy Meadows South, which is like the official end of the Sierra. It's a very just iconic spot on the trail, and so it'll be cool to finally get there and see it and experience it for myself. Especially for northbounders, that's a super iconic spot because that marks the end of the desert, and most people are very ready to be done with the desert by the time they get there. So yeah, very looking forward to getting there and checking it out. But first I gotta do 25 miles today, so I'm gonna get packed up and get going. All right, so apparently this is a place called Owens Valley, and it has some historic significance to it. Something about the water source for Los Angeles. I'm assuming it has something to do with, like, you know, other cities and towns fighting for the water and then having to deal with Los Angeles. So yeah, that's, if you want to research it, it's called Owens Valley. But that's it, and it's a really pretty view. But it's wild because this is like super deserty on this side and like sparse. And then, well, I'll show you another view on the other side. But literally on the other side of this mountain range, it's like the land flowing with milk and honey. I mean, it's super fertile. So you have super dry desert, and on this side you have like super fertile land. It's crazy. All right, so I'm kind of annoyed. And this is just super petty and first world problems, but annoyed nonetheless. We're getting really close to civilization. We're like, I don't know, less than 30 miles away. And I figured like, oh, okay, the closer we get, we'll more than likely have cell service on top of one of these hills. So here I am on top of one of these hills, and I have no cell service. And all I want to do is check the college football scores. Like, that's it. It's Saturday. Tennessee's playing A&M. And I just really want to check and see who's winning the game. I honestly don't even know what time they played. I forgot to check that before I left town. So the game could be over, could be out in the middle of it, could be later on today. I have no idea. But I just really, really, really wanted to check the score, and now I can't, and that's really frustrating. But it is what it is. There are bigger problems going on in the world right now, so it's fine. But that's just kind of annoying because I figured there would be cell service at the top of one of these things, and there hasn't been, so. Oh well. Alright, so somewhere that way is Kennedy Meadows South, which is where I'll end up tomorrow. And officially be done with the Sierra and start the desert. But yeah, that's where I'm headed. Looks a lot different than that, that's for sure. Alright, so I'm about 3 miles from camp. And today's just, I've been saying this a lot, but today's just kind of been like a very down, kind of bittersweet day for me. Tonight is the last night on trail for me, Dee Dee, and Sophie as a group. And really probably the last night on trail of anybody from the trail family that I've had for the last, several months. Because when I get to Kennedy Meadows South tomorrow, we will meet up with Anton and Valentine. And I think they're the only two still there. And so me, Dee Dee, Sophie, and Valentine, and Anton will have one night together tomorrow in Kennedy Meadows South. And then the next day, Dee Dee leaves because he's done at Kennedy Meadows South. Sophie has to go back to work early. She's a special ed teacher in Madison, Wisconsin, and the sub that they had for her leave of absence no longer wants to do that job, so they can't find another sub, so she's having to go back to work at the 1st of November, so she's skipping ahead to Idlewild so she can at least finish at the border right before she has to go back to work. Anton and Valentine, they might hike out with me, but I'm not really sure. They are just super hard to nail down as far as what they want to do. And then there's me. So I'm planning on leaving out Monday morning, no matter what. And I'm just kind of like preparing myself to do this section, the 135 mile section between Kennedy Meadows South and Tehachapi by myself, which is fine. That's not the problem. It's just really sad that some of like the best friends I've ever had in my life, I may not never see again in the next couple of days. So, and tomorrow, yeah, it may be it. So I've just kind of been thinking about that a lot today, and it's just been, I don't know, just been really sad. My trail isn't even close to coming to an end. I still have about 5 weeks left. But it feels like it's coming to an end because, I don't know, and I don't know, I'm looking forward to catching up with Papa and Peach. So if you remember them from like the first weeks on trail, I was hiking around them back in northern Washington, and they're about a week behind me. So, but they have been hiking kind of to themselves as well. So when they get to Kennedy Meadows South, they want to flip up to Tehachapi or wherever I'm at that point. and start hiking with me from there. So it'll be really, really good to like see them in a couple weeks, and to hopefully finish the trail with them. That'd be just kind of a fun like bookend of, starting and finishing the trail with, both of them. But yeah, it won't be the same. It won't be the same. And I'm really gonna miss the friends that I've made, and I'm really gonna miss just the time that we all had together. It was a lot of fun and some of the best times of my life. So yeah, it's hard to be a Debbie Downer, but that is just part of the trail and part of the trail experience. And that's, that's why I do the videos, is to share that with you. So, yeah, this is just kind of what comes with, making friends on trail, is they come, they go, and you just have to know and realize that it just is what it is. But I'm really going to miss them, and I'm really going to miss their camaraderie. They have been a ton of fun to get to know, and it's always just such a joy to like get to camp and to hang out and to share stories and get to learn more about them. And we're all just so different, and so it's so much fun to like kind of hear, about their lives and their experiences, and to share mine as well. And I'm really, really going to miss this group. Okay, I've been on my soapbox for a long time now, and now I'm going to get off. But anyway, I'll check in with you when I get to camp. All right, so hold on, I'm vlogging this, Dee Dee, so that's why I'm talking. So me and Dee Dee are headed to camp, and we ran into some hunters back there, and they killed a pretty good sized mule deer, not like huge or anything, but we just ran into them. They were asking us questions about, our hike, and we were asking them questions about, hunting, and like, where they were hunting at and where they killed the deer at. And they actually killed it at the top of the mountain that we just came off of, I think, and that's a long way to climb and a long way to drag a deer down. But they were pretty cool guys. They were from Orange County, and just up for the weekend just to do some hunting in the national forest. But yeah, that was pretty funny. Cool, interesting way to end the day. All right, good morning and welcome to another day of Ralston's big adventure. All right, so we camped up here on the bank beside this river. Dee Dee and Sophie left about 30 minutes ago, but the plan today is to go 15 miles into Kennedy Meadows South. And I've explained this on other videos. It's the end of the Sierra, our trail family's breaking up, yada, yada, yada. But yeah, but the trajectory of the trail today is actually pretty nice. It's like a 500-foot climb, and then it's like 2,000 feet down, just cruising down into Kennedy Meadows South. I'm really excited because I need a shower and I need laundry, and I'm really excited for town food because I'm getting tired of trail food. But yeah, that's pretty much it today. Nothing crazy, nothing, out of the ordinary, just another day on trail. All right, so definitely not in the Sierra anymore. When I came over the last little hump to start down into Kennedy Meadows, everything totally changed. So, there's hardly any trees, just a bunch of shrubbery. There are a lot more bugs. In the Sierra, that was really nice because there were, you have some mosquitoes and some flies and stuff, but for the most part, there was no bugs. But now it's we're down back into lower elevation, and there's all these flowers. So there's all kinds of bees and butterflies and flies and grasshoppers. There's just all kinds of stuff that is now flying around. So yeah, it just like is a very drastic difference already, just from one side of the hill to the other, which is pretty wild. But yeah, I guess just welcome to the desert. All right, we got T minus. Is it that way? Because it looks like there's that blaze right there.
Yeah, but doesn't it look like the road is there?
Yeah. Anyway, we were T minus like less than 3 miles from Kenny Meadows South. And interesting fun fact, this is the first pavement that we've come across on trail since Tuolumne Meadows, which was back in Yosemite National Park, which was like, what, 200 something miles ago? So, yeah, it's good to see some civilization again. So we decided to take a little bit of a road walk, and over there we think is the general store. It's Kenny Meadows South in all its glory, right there. This is kind of a big deal. It's really crazy, but there it is.
And there's Maverick by the Kennedy Meadows sign.
Made it. All right, made it to the famous Kennedy Meadows General Store, and I'm so excited to go get a cheeseburger and a Coke and just hang out. I can't believe I'm here. Like, this is crazy. And now it's like on the downswing. Wild, wild, wild. All right, so made it to Kenny Meadows South, and ended up running into a bunch of people that we've been hiking around, and some new faces, which was interesting. Most interesting though was Jai. He was supposed to keep heading on to Tehachapi, but he ended up just taking it easy and is going to end his hike here, which was super nice because I really liked seeing him again. So that was cool. But yeah, we got our tent set up, doing some laundry and getting some things together, and then gonna head out tomorrow morning. But yeah, very grateful to be here. All right, good morning and welcome to another day of Ralston's Big Adventure. All right, so just woke up a few minutes ago here at Kennedy Meadows South. It is pretty cold this morning, but last night we were doing laundry. It wasn't done yet, so I was like, well, I'll just go pitch my tent and come back and get my laundry out when I have to pitch my tent. Well, when I got back, the owners had locked the laundry room and left for the night. So my laundry is still in the laundry room, in the washer, and so I'm gonna have to wait for it to dry. So I'm gonna see if it's open now so I can go get it out, but we'll see. It's very frustrating, but it is what it is. But anyway, I'm gonna try to find something to eat and get some things charged, and then hopefully get out of here before too long.